I was going to open this review with a shot of me putting a load of stuff in the recycling, but I couldn't get packed well enough to get a good shot. So, I guess this will do. Friends of Luke is a 2022 feature film written and directed by Tom Wright on a budget of £1,700 and filmed in the city of Leeds, up the north. Lost and devastated after being dumped by his girlfriend Faye, 18-year-old aspiring playwright Luke traverses a complex landscape of the borders between platonic and romantic love. While writing a play about their breakup as a way to sift through the pieces of his and Faye's relationship, things are made all the more complicated when his two best friends start dating. Things I liked. 1. The main character is played by the writer, who's also the director. You can't get more personal than that. And I love personal films. 2. All the characters are played by people their age, and even though it's a film that deals with issues specifically from the teen age, there is still an emotional maturity to it all. 3. I love that he just went out there and made a feature film at his age, especially when there's so much ire is thrown at young people for apparently having no attention span and being obsessed with TikTok and things that only last 1 minute. This kid went out and made a whole feature film to himself, while much older people are sitting around waiting for some funding to turn up and someone to hold their hand through the whole thing. He just went out and did it. You can't fault that. And 4, I love that the film just meanders and seems to have no structure because it just feels like life. And it keeps me excited. That I hate when you start watching a film and you can tell. They drum this into you at film school as well. Oh yeah, watch the credits and it'll tell you everything you need to see in a film. That's why you get the TV guide. You know, that just makes me think, you buy the TV guide, you don't need the film. But when you're watching something like this, you have no idea at the start where the film's going to end up. So you're constantly engaged thinking, what's going to happen next? And engrossed. I like that. What I didn't like. The lighting sometimes is obvious but sometimes absent when natural light could have been used. Like in this scene, both characters look underlit face-wise, but when she leans back the light falls perfect on her. If they'd just been placed slightly differently then that light could have hit them both. But then maybe it would have lost some of the spontaneous in-the-moment feel that this film has. Does everything have to be delicately and obsessively thought out? I saw a quote a while back that seems to be the consensus among film fans these days. It read, "If it's beautiful, then it's great cinematography." Really? Is every story supposed to be beautiful? Ill Manors had this gorgeous glossy look to it, but it also had wall-to-wall horrific characters performing endlessly horrific actions. So why is it good cinematography to make that look pretty? Would not something more tactile and grimy be appropriate? Unless the film thinks that the world it's portraying is glamorous. No, I doubt it, but the cinematography suggests so. Who knows? In the case of Friends of Luke, it's clear that the director is trying to capture moments and thoughts and feelings that are very real and very close to him at the time of making the film. They're moments that, if they're not captured in the moment, might be lost, or they might be turned into sort of movie magic later on, and when they look back on with rose-tinted glasses and then become cliche or become predictable. I think that's the beauty of where we are with indie film now, is that someone can just go with that urgency and say, I need to do this right now. I need to capture this while it's still fresh, while it's still hot. You don't need to wait. Like, what was that shitty DiCaprio film about the meteor, where it was like he took the film. There was a character in it who was supposed to be Donald Trump, but the film took so long to produce that Donald Trump had been out of office for a year by the time it came. Like, what was even the point by then? You know, an indie film could have done that instantly. Yeah, in some cases that is important, and I don't think imperfections in a film in that sense are a negative. I think they're a positive, because could this film have been shot better? Yes, but would it be the same film? No, it would have been like someone else's film. It would have been a perfect Hollywood film that didn't really teach us anything about anything. And I've been thinking a lot lately about how many films were sold that are helping us to escape from life. That's all they're there for. This is an escape from your everyday life, but how few films are made that want to discuss what it is we're trying to escape from and why. And I feel like, I think Friends of Luke falls into the latter. Where I think it's more important to face reality than run away from it. And if, you know, a film like this, it has its flaws, yeah. You know, nobody's perfect, and I don't think we should expect our cinema to be. And the closer we get to our cinema, as in seizing the means of production so we can make the films ourselves, the closer to finding ourselves we'll be. That's why I think we should embrace our imperfections, because the closer we get to doing that, the closer we get to fixing them. That's something.